Coming up, we'll take a look at District 6 baseball and softball as their seasons get into full swing.
And Penn State baseball's Dollar Dog Night against Delaware.
Plus, Penn State's men's lacrosse dominant win over Johns Hopkins. After the Whistle starts now.
Hello and welcome to After the Whistle. Our crews traveled all over District 6 to bring you the latest on high school baseball, softball, lacrosse, and more. Live from University Park, I'm Allie Winskowski.
And I'm Eric Morris. We'll take a look at some Penn State sports and a preview of the blue-white game. We'll have all that and more coming right up.
Just last night, the Central Dauphin Rams traveled to State College to play the Little Lions in a windy 6A matchup. After being held to a scoreless first inning, the Rams came back with a vengeance and are quickly able to get their get back with this speedy double play off of a State College ground ball.
It's really nice defense, especially in high school.
After that showing from the infielders, pitcher Adam Reeser shows off his skills with this throw from the dirt after slipping on the mound for the final out of the inning before returning to celebrate with his team. Rams infielder Alex Schrader drives a ball towards right field and is able to capitalize on some bobbles between the State College first and second baseman to turn what could have been an easy out into a standing double for the Rams. The game was suspended in the 8th inning due to darkness and weather delays and will be completed at a later date. Central Dauphin will play at Mifflin County tomorrow night, and State College is at Mechanicsburg playing the Wildcats tonight.
We're going to stay to the Diamond this week. There was a huge top 70 matchup in Pennsylvania. The Central Dragons faced off against the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers. We're going to start our highlights in the bottom of the second as Josh Belts will slap this single into center field, scoring Troy McNichol and Cade Robinson to put the Dragons up 8-2 early on in this one. The Golden Tigers would bite back, though, plating two runners off of the bat of Josh Banks to narrow the gap to 8-5. In the bottom of the third.
Some nice pieces of hitting from both sides.
A lot of offense early in this one. We're going to head to the top of the fourth where Mason Blyer would extend the Dragons' lead with this RBI single that allowed Cade Robinson to score, and again, not for the first time, to extend the Dragons' lead. And Central would go on to win 17-6, run ruling the Golden Tigers at home. Hollidaysburg is currently playing Bellefonte away, and Central is also playing right now. They are back at home against Huntington.
We're going to switch over to the hardwood. The Altoona Mountain Lions continue their season tomorrow, but last night they hosted the Central Dauphin East Panthers. The Mountain Lions are ready to go in this one, cheering and celebration and getting their minds right. Right off of the first serve, Pramesh Gurung sets it up for Antoine Boy, who gets the kill.
Spiked that really hard. There's no way I'm getting in the way of that.
Soon after, CD East keeps the Altoona shutout alive as Gutung sets it for Yuris Santos, who's blocked at the net by Luke Mitchell. Mountain Lions and Panthers having a great rally as Nino Yan dives to keep the play alive right there as the Mountain Lions send it back to the Panthers, who are unable to return it, giving Altoona the point. Mountain Lions on the prowl once again as Lucas Weathersby rises up and gets the kill. Altoona went on to win in 4 sets by a score of 3-1. Altoona's season will continue tomorrow as they will host Chambersburg, while Central Dauphin East's season also continues tomorrow as they host Central Dauphin. Our Game of the Week reporter Chris Vadney has more on the match.
Thanks, Allie. We had an interesting chain of events during our time in Altoona, including some key characteristics that shaped the face of the match. The Central Dauphin East Panthers entered the den of the Altoona Mountain Lions for a battle between the big cats. Things started out slow for the Mountain Lions, who fell short of the Panthers in set 1. But after regrouping after the first set, it was all Mountain Lions from there.
It was nice to see them rebound off that first game, find the confidence that they needed to pick up in games 2, 3, and 4. And I thought that helped us to really move forward tonight.
As the energy was shifted in the game, it showed in the team's confidence while playing, especially outside hitter Lucas Weathersby, who had an incredible game, tallying an impressive 5 aces and 11 kills. While the crowd wasn't 110,000 people at Beaver Stadium, they were still showing tons of energy and support for the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, it really helps, especially to get the crowd into it. It just helps the team's morale. It helps get our communication up and just our overall effort.
That communication showed in more ways than one as they steamrolled their way to a 3-1 victory, including a 25-9 win in the third set. Coach Sabo was proud of the team's performance today, but also looks towards the future.
Our biggest focus is maintaining the confidence that we've picked up here tonight, continuing to move forward with that and clean up our game a little bit.
Altoona improves on their season and looks to keep the momentum going forward during their next home game tomorrow against Chambersburg. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Chris. Allie, let's head over to Bellefonte now for some softball, where the 3-1 Red Raiders hosted the 2-4 Bellwood-antis. Up first to bat is first baseman Taylor Brown, who hit a powerful home run straight out of the park. A huge home run for Bellefonte, extending their already big lead. Now, Brown and Manning, they're both going to get to celebrate with their teammates at home plate.
She just showed off all of her power on that ball.
The Red Raiders kept on raking as Bellefonte's Elena Smith would get a double to continue their dominance, and the Raiders would close out this game early due to a 15-5 run rule victory over those Blue Devils. The Raiders are battling Hollidaysburg on the road, while the Blue Devils are clashing with Clearfield at home as we speak. Both games started today at 4 p.m.
It's senior day at Bellefonte as the Lady Raiders are still looking for their first win of the season. Their opponent, the 1-4 Mifflinburg Lady Wildcats. The athletes and our cameraman braving the wind, rain, and hail for this one. But first quarter, Aubrey Bernard rounds the defender, hits the net, putting the Lady Wildcats up 1-0. Later on, Bernard again finds Annika Fetzer inside. She turns and scores to extend Bellefonte's early lead. It's 4-0 now, and Ava McNichol goes on a solo run all the way to the net. Bellefonte just can't be stopped.
McNichol weaving her way through defenders was really impressive.
A foul leads to a free position shot, and Bernard tucks it away expertly to put the Lady Raiders up by 6. Second quarter now, and McNichol again gets the ball back from Leela Dawson and bounces it in. Bellefonte's running rampant in this one. The Lady Raiders crush the Lady Wildcats 16-4. Bellefonte gets their first win of the year to advance to 1-7, while Mifflinburg drops to 1-5. Coming up next, Penn State softball upsets a Big Ten ranked opponent.
And a look into Penn State football's spring practice. But first, here are some scores from around District 6. On Saturday, number 19 Johns Hopkins men's lacrosse team traveled up north to play number 8 Penn State. Alumni filled the stands to support the team on Alumni Day between these two historic programs. We're going to get our highlights started in the first quarter, though, where Ethan Long tosses it to Matt Trainer, who passes it back behind his back to Luke Wallstrom for the goal right on the doorstep. It's going to be Long again, waiting patiently for Jack Amone to cut down low and go over the shoulder behind the back for Penn State's 4th goal. Hunter Aquino with the ball against his opponent, trying to get away, passes it to Amone, spins away, big pass to Matt Trainer, who slams it into the back of the net. Trainer ended today with 7 goals and on the day, tying his all-time record. Trainer led the Nittany Lions to a tremendous 10-4 win over the Blue Jays. Penn State has won back-to-back ranked conference games and will finish the regular season against Rutgers on Friday.
After falling 9-5 to number 22 Ohio State in Game 1, Penn State went into Saturday's Game 2, hoping to get back in the win column. The Nittany Lions have not beaten a ranked opponent in over a year. The Triceratops comes from behind and wins the dinosaur race. That's in the middle of the fourth, but top of the first now, Hadley Parisian destroys a 2-run homer to left center field, giving the Buckeyes an early lead. Bottom of the first, it's Haley Brunson for Penn State homering on the first pitch she sees to half the Nittany Lions 2-1 deficit.
Brunson's been on a tear, a lot of homers recently.
Bottom of the third, Penn State up 3-2, and it's Megan Ricks crushing this ball to right field for a grand slam. Make it 7-2 Nittany Lions. Going to the fourth inning, Brooke Clausewitz tags a ball to left center field for a 3-run blast to give Penn State a 10-2 lead. The Nittany Lions would add on one more run in the fourth to run rule the Buckeyes 11-2. This win marked the first time Penn State had defeated a ranked opponent since February of last year. Here's head coach Clarissa Crowell after the game.
I think early on you're still trying to learn who the group is and who you are collectively as a group, and I think what you see now is a group of kids that all they know how to do is fight.
Crowell and her team look to build on that Game 2 win on Sunday for the series finale. Celebrating Penn State's 60th season, Game 3 was the Nittany Lions' anniversary game, and Beard Field was packed with support. Penn State was able to start out the game with a 4-0 lead thanks to Michaela Barbonente, who hit a grand slam off the right field foul pole in the first inning. 1, 2, 3, and Barbonente makes 4. Count the runs and put them on the scoreboard.
Second grand slam of the weekend.
Don't get too excited, though, as Ohio State's Skylar Lugman hits a triple towards the left center gap, cutting the deficit in half. It's now 4-2 at the top of the second. Now, after falling behind in this game, the Nittany Lions catcher Madison Seidel hits a solo home run in the bottom of the fourth to bring the Penn State deficit to just 1, but it wouldn't be enough as Ohio State made a late-game comeback to beat Penn State 14-11. Penn State fell to Pitt on Tuesday 16-8 and is now 20-21 on the year. The Nittany Lions go on the road this weekend to take on Iowa.
The USC Trojans took a cross-country trek to Medler Field for a weekend series against the Nittany Lions. Penn State took Game 1 on Friday. Here is Saturday's action. We pick up in the top of the third where Bryce Martin Gruzelanek pulls one into left field to score the game's first run, as the throw into home was just a little bit too offline. But later in the inning, Joe Jakonski flips to Ryan Weingartner, who fires to Cole Wagner to turn the 4-6-3 double play. We move to the fourth, where Trojan slugger Dean Carpentier sends a ball all the way to the warning track, but it is pulled in by Luke Arelli just shy of the wall. Penn State would finally get on the board in the fifth as Jesse Jakonski would reach home on a wild pitch. Ultimately, the Nittany Lions fell to USC in this contest 6-3. Penn State would then drop the rubber match to the Trojans 11-6 to lose the series.
Sticking with Penn State baseball, last night they welcomed in Delaware for some Tuesday night action. Despite a rainy, cold night, over 2,500 hot dogs were consumed on Penn State's second-to-last Dollar Dog Night of the season. We're going to start in the bottom of the third where there's a man on first and second for Penn State with Ryan Weingartner up to bat. He hits it right to the shortstop. They're trying to turn the double play. He's called safe on the field, but after review, it would be overturned. The double play was converted. Delaware wants the game to end as during the top of the sixth, Aaron Graber hits sharply into right. Graber would end up getting 3 RBIs on this triple, and Delaware's lead grows to 12-1. Now in the top of the seventh inning, Delaware is going to have even more runners in scoring position, but Joe Jakonski makes a great sliding play for the ball and gets the runner out to end the inning.
Look at it there.
Delaware would still leave Happy Valley with a 13-3 victory, and Penn State moves to 22-13 with a weekend series against Purdue coming up. Delaware's record moves to 19-16 as they look to face North Carolina A&T next. Well, Allie, the Dollar Dog Nights bring the 999 challenge. I don't really think either of us could do that, but Matt, can you talk about your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time with it, but at the game, from hot dog races to enthusiastic crowds, fans were able to bring it all to build on their winning season come Tuesday nights.
How many hot dogs did that take to get?
We got 30 hot dogs.
Dollar Dog Night has been a staple for Penn State since they started the event in 2023.
with free attendance for all fans to enjoy a spring baseball game and a hot dog on a cool Tuesday night. Lebrano Park is packed with fans eager to eat 9 hot dogs in 9 innings, with some even bringing a game plan.
I want to pace myself and make sure I get the dogs in.
Yeah, I feel like a 2-dog an inning.
Yeah, I like 2-dog in it.
I feel like we could work there.
Across $12 dog nights between 2023 and 2025, 55,376 hot dogs were consumed, with 4,615 average per night. The single game record against Kent State being 8,591 dogs in a single game. I'm hoping to add to that total tonight. This is number 10. In the 2025 season, Dollar Dog Night games have an average attendance of 3,000 fans. That's double the average of a regular home game. With twice the crowd, concession stands are the main attraction of the ballpark, as they've sold upwards of 26,000 hot dogs in just 4 out of the $5 dog nights this year. The increase in attendance and purchases have brought in more revenue, but it also requires more preparation for the staff.
So what we typically do is our team will start coming in at 1 o'clock to start setting up and traying up all the food. As we get closer to doors, we'll put everything through, cook everything out, and then we bring in a group of athletics employees, some volunteer groups, and our staff, and we just start wrapping.
The Nittany Lions are 2-2 this season and 9-5 on Dollar Dog Nights since 2023. The Blue and White's final Dollar Dog Night will be next Tuesday as they take on West Virginia. Lebrano Park will have one last chance this year to beat the hot dog record come Tuesday. For After the Whistle, I'm Matt Kropp. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Matt. Now we're going to shift over from spring sports to the spring game that all students look forward to.
That's right. Fans are counting down the days until Beaver Stadium's gates are opened up once again for Penn State's annual Blue-White game. In just 10 days, the Nittany Lions will take the field in front of fans for the first time since their victory over SMU in the college football playoffs. The spring game will resemble more of a practice rather than a live scrimmage. Before the Blue-White game comes the spring transfer portal that just opened today. Here's head coach James Franklin on his plan for the portal.
I'm a big believer when you can promote from within. You know what you have, you know what you're getting. And although the portal sometimes seems sexy, you don't always know what you're getting until they show up on campus.
This week has certainly been eventful, from high school volleyball to college and high school baseball, softball, and lacrosse. Massimo Bonagorio is here with our top 3 plays of the week.
Thanks, Allie. It's been a great week covering high school sports and Penn State sports, and I've narrowed it down to these top 3 plays. Coming in at number 3, it's State College's Rowan Walker, who hits it right back to Central Dauphin's Adam Reeser, who falls over but still makes the play to end the first inning. What a play by the young pitcher. And at number 2, it's Michaela Barbonente swinging at the first pitch and blasting it off the foul pole to get the go-ahead grand slam for the Nittany Lions in the bottom of the first inning and the second grand slam of the weekend against Ohio State. What a moment for Barbonente and for Penn State softball, especially during their 60th season. And at number 1, it's Jack Amon with the behind-the-back goal to extend Penn State's lead over Johns Hopkins, showing off the 5-star skills with that shot. Let's slow that one down. Amon receives the pass from Ethan Long and buries it right past the Blue Jays goalkeeper in their 10-4 win over Johns Hopkins. This week in sports had plenty of action, and these were the best we witnessed. Eric and Allie, back to you guys.
Thanks, Massimo. Allie, we have breaking news. Matt Godowski, Army defenseman and Hobie Baker finalist, has committed to Penn State to play for his dad, head coach Guy Godowski. So huge news for the Nittany Lions hockey team. That's all we have for this week's show, though. Tune in next week for more coverage on District 6 in Penn State sports. I'm Eric Morris.
And I'm Allie Winskowski. For more updates on our show and coverage of games, follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at ATWPSU, and check out the Penn State Student Media website. We'll see you next week right here on After the Whistle.